Hello, gentle viewers. You are watching an episode of Alastair Reviews It, and I am Alastair. And today I am going to review Scythe, from the Arc of the Scythe series by Neal Shusterman. I should have reviewed this a long time ago because I read it a long time ago. I actually read its sister book by now because I just couldn't stop. The book is about a utopian society where technology has advanced so much that government has been replaced by something called the Thunderhead. It's this massive AI that knows all things and is disavowed government so that there's no hunger, no war, no disease, no famine, and everybody kind of just goes out and lives their life. It's not a totalitarian government. It's more of a government that just really lets everybody do what they want. But the other thing along those lines is that there is no death. So when people turn a certain age, like in their 70s or 60s, they can decide to turn back their age to, let's say, 20, 25, and then they remarry, they have more kids, and that's the only problem with this utopian society, is that because they have so much life, because death is so rare, they don't really value it as much as people had valued it in the past. And so because of that, there is the Order of the Scythes, and what the Scythes do is they're the only people who are allowed to end the life of somebody else. So they're the only people allowed to end the life of somebody else in order to keep the population under control, and in order to really have that symbolic meaning of life and death and the finalness of death. These Scythes, unlike what most people would think of sadistic people, I mean there are some sadistic Scythes, are typically supposed to be like the most moral, most upstanding citizens in the world, and they're chosen at a young age to go through apprenticeship. So we follow two characters in this book, Citra and Rowan, who have been chosen by Scythe Faraday. All of the Scythes in this book choose historical figures as their names, so it's really cool to like go along and just match names to who the historical figures are and kind of compare those to their character types. But we follow both Citra and Rowan throughout the first book, and what this actually comes out to is a lot of political intrigue. Not so much action, but yeah, definitely a lot of political intrigue. What's going to happen next, how this society is going to progress when it's already a utopian society, and really a lot of it takes place, really a lot of the controversy takes place within the Scythedom, where the Thunderhead doesn't have any control. It's kind of like separation of church and state. You have Scythedom and then the Thunderhead, but the Scythedom is subject to corruption, whereas the Thunderhead isn't. So we kind of go through this sect of Scythes who believe that they should enjoy their job of killing other people, and then you have the Loyalists who believe that they should have the utmost respect for those they kill. It's a really good book, and if this sounds like something that you would like to read, I definitely recommend you reading it. It's not the best book I've ever read, but it actually makes me want to read more from Neal Shusterman. Let me know if you want to know anything about the second one, because I have already read it. The Arc of the Scythe is also being turned into movies. It has the rights to the properties have been bought by Universal Studios. I think that was announced back in 2016. And I'm actually pretty excited about that, because the only studio that seems to be able to rival Disney in terms of bringing out a blockbuster is Universal, which we see with last weekend's Jurassic World. But hopefully they get somebody better to write the script. And Please like, subscribe, leave suggestions down below. Goodbye, gentle viewers.